wealth redistribution is an old idea that has been tested, tried, and failed in many countries around the world. The Soviet Union, China, Venezuela, and Zimbabwe are some examples of countries where wealth redistribution policies have led to economic disaster. On April 6, 2024, some proposers of wealth redistribution thrown an old and failed idea in India, claiming that it would eradicate poverty and socio-economic inequality in our country. According to their preliminary reported plan, a financial and institutional survey would be conducted to identify those who have wealth, and it would then be distributed to backward castes and minorities based on their population and caste census data. However, this idea is associated with a perverse leftist ideology that has been proven to be a recipe for economic disaster. Karl Marx, a well known economist and philosopher, expressed that wealth should be acquired through hard work, not through any other means. He believed in the precepts of for each according to his ability, to each according to his need. He also said, give a man a fish and you feed him for a day. Teach him how to fish, you feed him for a lifetime. Therefore, proponents of wealth redistribution idea must learn from the sayings of Karl Marx. Evidence-based studies indicate that wealth redistribution has been implemented in various forms in the past, but most of the time it resulted in a massive disaster. Initially, it may seem like a good concept and idea, but in the long run, it kills the economy and puts the country in a vulnerable position that coming back from it seems almost impossible. The Soviet Union is the most infamous example of failed wealth redistribution. After the Bolshevik Revolution in 1917, the Soviet government introduced several radical economic policies to redistribute wealth and resources. The government took over private properties and nationalized them, and the industries were brought under the state's control. However, the policies led to widespread inefficiencies, shortages, and economic stagnation. The standard of living declined rapidly, and ultimately, in 1991, the Soviet Union collapsed. Similarly, another example of failed wealth redistribution came under Mao Zedong's Great Leap Forward and Cultural Revolution in China, aimed to collective agriculture and industrialize the economy via centralized planning. However, the policies became a massive disaster, resulting in widespread famine, economic chaos, and social upheaval. Millions lost their lives from starvation, and China faced a severe economic setback under the wealth redistribution policies of Mao Zedong. Countries like Venezuela and Zimbabwe also implemented wealth redistribution policies, but they failed miserably and it all led to economic instability. Venezuela faced hyperinflation, a shortage of essential goods, leading to widespread poverty, leading to mass migration of millions of people who fled the country for a better life abroad. In Zimbabwe, policies aimed at redistributing land from white farmers and giving it to the black people of Zimbabwe led to the agricultural productivity of the country collapsing, leading to food shortages and economic decline. What is the idea behind wealth redistribution anyway? To allow the marginalized to have their due out of distribution but not out of their hard work, or give funds to those who never saw enough cash. For that, there is no need to take money from those who have it and distribute it among the marginalized. The policymakers need to create an environment of enabling the masses through their teaching on how to fish and make them learn to feed their families for a lifetime. If that happens, it's a great tribute to great economist Karl Marx. Further, at every level, there are government schemes that can help the marginalized, which the policymakers have to improve it. In conclusion, wealth redistribution policies have historically resulted in economic disaster for the countries that implemented them. History also shows that the idea of wealth redistribution must be repelled. It's a failed idea that stemmed from an ideology of lazy. If any government or any leader is interested in reducing economic inequality, it must be pursued through sustainable and inclusive economic policies. Therefore, it is crucial to learn from the past and adopt policies that promote economic growth and development through hard work and innovation. Hope the information is useful. Thank you very much.